Here is my speaking outline. I'll be using it from my phone. And okay, let's see. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle Casson, and today I'll be telling you guys a little bit about wastewater treatment systems, where exactly our water goes after it, leaves the sink or goes down the drain. Um, so right here, this image is it's a pretty simplified graph or a flow chart of how exactly our water flows through the water treatment system. So as you can see, it's pretty complex, but my job today is to kind of uh, simplify this down a little bit so that y'all can get a greater understanding. And this flow chart was provided by Limited NWSP, which was created in 2022. Uh, so basically, the way I like to think about it is the water treatment process falls into three categories: mechanical, biological, and chemical filtration methods. And the first one is the mechanical filtration. So this is kind of things that you would sort of think about when you think about filtration, like like actual filters, water going through a piece of paper, and all the big pieces of stuff you don't want getting trapped at the front. And that's what this does right here. This thing right here, this grate, it's called a screen. And basically it catches all the big objects that can't be processed further into the plant. And then this second image here, this round circular structure is called a primary clarifier. And basically what this does is the flow of the water gets slowed down. That way, the components of the water that are bad, the parts that you don't want, fall to the bottom, and then this is called sludge. And sludge is made primarily out of inorganic and organic matter. It's considered a biomass, and this method is described by how wastewater treatment looks by the EPA in 1998. And so the second component is the aeration tanks. And this is kind of the bulk of the filtration part, where these tanks are filled with millions of microorganisms, bacteria that basically eat away all the bad bacteria or anything that might be harmful in the water. So the water will first, it'll go through the screen, then it'll settle, and all the sludge will go down to the bottom. The sludge will be collected and removed, and the water on the top of the clarifier that I showed before will flow into this tank right here to be further treated by the bacteria. And this is also described by how wastewater treatment looks by the EPA in 1998. And so the final method is, there's various ways you can go after you go through these first two steps, the mechanical and biological, but mostly it has to do with something chemical. So probably the most common thing that you'll see is the water gets filtered with chlorine. It's just basically you put a bunch of chlorine in it and move it around a bunch so that it gets purified. You'll also see, as you can see in this picture here, UV filtration, where the UV light will destroy any harmful bacteria. And then there's also a thing called carbon neutralization, which will take the bad, it's carbon, and it's structured in a way molecularly that it'll take the bad molecules out of the water for you. And so you'll see these types of filtration methods at the end. So to sum up, it starts in the screening process, primary clarifier, then the aeration basin, And then it might go through the secondary clarifier again. So you might see a mix of mechanical and biological in the first half of the filtration. And then you'll see a various assortment of other disinfection methods. As you can see in this diagram, it gives you a pretty good idea of what is going on. And then, of course, this will be released out into nature. It's not like we're putting the water back into a water tower or anything. No, it takes hundreds of years for this water to come back to households. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you learned a lot about wastewater today.